Alright, today I'm doing a little mini short of a base walkthrough and some of the difficulties we've been having with the placing objects within Outposts, which is one of the fit points that people have been complaining about in Starfield. So, high level, let's just quickly look at see what we've done here on the Outpost. So from above, I've added the starport, which is the shipbuilding landing pad. So now we can build our own ships theoretically. I've linked my extractors to the resource gathering chest, and I've built a three-part hab with an airlock for my base. So the back one is the residential, like the living quarters. The front one is the workshop, and the third one is the lab. So let's go look to see up close what it all looks like. And then we'll go through the item placing problems. We got a little bit of a snowstorm today. Okay, so they're not quite full again. So this is the workshop where I put most of the crafting benches that are for manufacturing. So we've got the weapons, the spacesuit, and the parts manufacturing. And I just have some storage as well. So you got the crew station here, which lets you staff 2 people at this base. And then I have all my resources in these 2 chests and my miscellaneous objects and extra weapons in this chest. So yeah, so that's just this little room here. There's not much there. I still have space on this wall and this wall to add stuff later, but at least we have the base framework with all the required crafting stations. And here I put the sciencey type stuff, so I have a sort of pretend little hydroponics bay over here for all my collected succulent plants. And I put the sciencey workstations for like research and pharmaceuticals on this side. And then I have a space in this corner I'll use for a med bay, and over here a chemistry lab, and I can do more hydroponics in this middle space. But we'll do that over time as well. At least we have the hab up, so we have space to build. The last one was the living quarters. Well, can I turn off the... I feel like I have a light on, but it's not letting me turn it off. Oh, we've got an entertainment space over here with some couches and a TV. Kitchen over here with a table and a cook station and whatever, a coffee machine. And then a fridge on this side. And then a bedroom space here for the 2 staffed crew members. A little sitting place here to change clothes and store stuff in these 2 cabinets. And then a bathroom nook with a little sink and a toilet. A little mini garbage can. Hopefully later on we'll get some sort of tub or shower I can put in this corner. Because we don't have that right now. But we do have the, the basics. So that is the layout portion of the little short. Let's go into the item stuff. So if, for example, I want to place... here, let me get a nice object out of the bin. So let's grab... let's play with the... something that won't break. Let's just pick a bowl up for now. Let's take a bowl. So let's say we have this shelf, right? This big tall shelf with all these shelf spots. So if I want to place something on that shelf, I have to go into the scanner mode and then outpost mode, right? And then make sure I'm in movement or modify mode, and I have to click A to move this. Now, it'll target like certain shelves, but I don't appear to have any control over which one I'm going to be placing this on. So I have to like walk closer, walk farther, and then it only appears to be allowing me to target the top shelf or this bottom shelf here. Yeah, like, it's not clear how I'm supposed to get stuff onto the shelves that I want. So that's one major problem. The next major problem is, let's say I put, um, let's say I put this onto this shelf. Right? Let me get out of the building mode. And now, whoops, no, and I gotta go back to building mode. Outpost, modify mode, okay. So now I move the thing underneath it. Sometimes the bowl moves with it, right? But some objects, it does not. Like sometimes I've put like I think one of the ones I used, let me see. If I go in here to a folder or a desktop digiframe. And then I go here, and I go here, and then it's up. Say I put the desktop digiframe up here. It won't let me put it all the way against the back. Just say I put that on there. And then I go to move this desk. Notice it's moving the bowl, but not the digiframe. The digiframe is still floating. So if I move it out here and go, okay, well I want to put it, oh hold on, now it moved the digiframe. So now I want to put it back, like now Sarah's in the way, I can't do it. She's floating in there. You know, Sarah, move your ass. Come on, Sarah, you're wasting my short here. Okay, Sarah. Like sometimes the objects move and sometimes they do not move. And it's not really clear to me why they would or would not move. Like, you saw when I was moving and it didn't move. And on my longer video from this week, they didn't move. Now they're sort of moving. And I don't know and understand what the difference was. So yeah. We also had problems where when I added the doorway, the things on either side of the doorway disappeared, but I originally did not think they refunded, but it seems like they did refund the materials for the objects that it moved that in that way.
Where have you been?
So that was the third major issue. But as you can see, the biggest problem is going to be like, I want to decorate, but I can't use 3 shelves. Or 2 shelves, or whatever. I can't figure it out. And then another one is placing objects close to each other. Outpost. Modify. So notice I would want to put the 2 cups right beside each other. But no, like, you can't get it really close. So I'm forced to put it relatively far away. Like, you got lots of space beside this box. But stuff starts floating as I start bringing it closer. And it won't let me place it on the table unless it's like this far away. Like there's this invisible bubble around some of these objects that makes it hard to place stuff next to each other. Except you notice I didn't have as much trouble with some of these objects. So it's another one of those things where you can't really tell where the bubble is around the object, so it'd be nice if you sort of told the player where it was and why. But yeah. Okay, that's it for today's short. At least it gives you a little idea of my progress on the base itself and some of the issues I'm having with, you know, decorating. At least it's coming together, but it's a challenge of working around the problems and inconsistencies. So that's it for today's little mini short. And until next time.